So we're coming at you with another variable update this week. We are tunneling ahead to our next Bank of Canada meeting. So what has happened in the last little while? So obviously we talked about last week the idea that the Bank of Canada is moving towards 0.5%, 0.50, 50 basis points, whichever way you read those numbers, drop in rates with a whole 1% before Christmas, and then looking towards a full percent before next summer. So full 2% drop on the variable. Good news for all holders if you look at it from that perspective. Now, what's happened in the meantime is that we are coming into a week with U.S. job reports. U.S. job reports today pushed the bond market up by almost a full percent. Now, what does pushing the bond market up mean? That's going to affect fixed rates and actually would bump them up a little bit probably next week. This is a curious thing. Why did the U.S. drop rates by 0.5%, and then their job report came out saying that jobs are pretty good? It's speculated that these numbers, as we've seen in the past little while, are due for an adjustment. So what happens is that they put out these reports saying how many jobs they added, and then a month later they put out another report saying that adjusted job reports that they are wrong. Now, when we're talking about jobs and how that influences interest rates, the jobs report, how many jobs they added, we don't know what type of jobs. Are we adding jobs that are making six figures? Or are we adding jobs that are part-time jobs? And this is a real thing that's happened, is that we'll have job reports that come out that temporarily spike the bond market. So it means it increases interest rates. It potentially increases fixed interest rates for the moment and then drops back down. The reason for that is what's happening is that the reports say they've added jobs, but then when they dig deeper into it, they're not really adding jobs. It's the situation is that they're adding people working two jobs, or a senior coming out of retirement adding a part-time job, or family incomes where one person was working and a second person was not working. All those things are things that are added to the job reports. Now, further to this situation, that's very important, is that there's still a high prediction of the variable, or prime rate rather, dropping by 0.5%. Why is that the case? Because even though job reports are strong in the United States, they're not strong here in Canada. And all numbers are pointing actually rather poor. We just had the housing data come out this month showing a pretty slow market, even through September. Even with interest rate cuts, there has not been any robust activity in the market. Now, we still see a lot of people talking, especially through social media, that there's lots of activity in the market. It's really busy. But look, I work in the industry day in, day out. I will tell you that it's been busy every day for the last few years. It's not necessarily busy with people closing stuff. There's a lot of people that are curious about interest rates. There's a lot of people that need to buy homes. And so don't trust that activity in the market means that there's actually sales happening or surging happening on the prices. There's definitely price points and price pockets that are moving. But that's right now, house prices remain sluggish. And I think that what's going to happen is that they're going to have to see interest rates go down to where they were COVID levels. And still, we don't know if that's going to be enough because we have everything else going up. So inflation has pushed the cost of energy, pushed the cost of groceries, everything up. And so, and then people have less savings. During COVID, there was trillions of dollars in people's bank accounts during that time due to stimulus money, due to people not having access to certain activities or whatever it was. That doesn't exist today. So there is a good argument to be made. Unless there's a huge amount of job or family income growth, interest rates would need to go to pre-COVID levels or even lower, which is crazy with how low they were, in order for it to jumpstart the housing market. Now, there is some things on the horizon. Obviously, the changes in rules, expanding up to 30 years, whatever it is, these can all make an impact. But anyway, what would I be doing right now? Two things. If I really hated the roller coaster of rates right now, I think there is some possibilities of some real ricocheting. Interest rates going way down, going way up. I think that is something that is being downplayed right now. So we could see some ricocheting for the next few years. Not confirmed, but I think there is some, I think that could be possible. So if I hate that, I'm going to a situation where I could take my lowest fixed rate right now. In fact, if that was really a concern for me, I might lock in now, and I might redo it if I need to down the road. That could be a possibility you could think about. I personally am staying variable. I think variables will drop, and I think that's going to be the best situation going forward. And so that's what people are taking, and that's what I encourage people to stay in as interest rates go down further. So anyway, if we can help with anything, that's our variable update for this week. We'd be pleased to, and we'll talk to you soon.